Bam! I don't like you.
What?
I am obviously the best villain on the Dante Gaming channel.
Oh, I see where you're going with this one.
Great intros. You always get them here. Subscribe for more.
So today, we're doing our top 5, and from the intro, if you couldn't tell, we're going with antagonists.
Which is just a fancy way of saying bad guy.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of games, a lot of bad guys, multiple in different games.
You know, I'm just gonna cut you off real fast. There really aren't that many good bad guys.
I'd say that there are decent bad guys. I mean, look, we came up with a total of 10.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'll throw in a couple honorable mentions, too.
Oh, I just was not feeling it when I was looking up mine. Literally every list felt like it was the exact same list of bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, that is a problem you kind of run into. A lot of the bad guys do seem a little bit of the same, but they're quality bad guys, you know?
I guess. But I don't remember which one of us won that coin toss, so...
You want to retoss that coin right now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got this.
Alright, call it in the air.
Heads.
It was heads. Alright, so you won the coin toss.
That was totally legit. Okay, so I guess I'll go first. Right?
Yeah.
So my number 5, as I was alluding to earlier, I was having a really hard time coming up with a list of 5. So I took the really cop-out number 5 with Donkey Kong.
What?
I know,
Okay.
right? So your initial thought is, what sense does that make? Donkey Kong is a good guy. But if you remember back in the good old 80s and...
when he was first introduced.
he was a bad guy.
Yeah, throwing barrels at Mario.
Throwing barrels at Jumpman. Donkey Kong. Such a bad guy. I mean, he's got so much strength. I mean, he can lift a barrel. He can throw a barrel.
He can beat on his chest. He can steal a princess.
Beat on his chest. Yeah, in case you guys couldn't tell, I legitimately had nothing. I had my first 4. I've had my first 4 since July.
And you just took, you're like, I need a 5th, Donkey Kong.
He was a good answer. Take it away with your number 5.
Okay, I feel like my number 5 is kind of a cop-out answer too, but
Thank
a
God.
lot of you are going to be like, what? He's this super awesome bad guy. I went with Ganondorf. Because, alright, Ganon, he's a recurring villain in this game series, and it's one of the most popular game series ever.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can't go any more cop-out than like, well, obviously I'll take Ganon. Like, but
Everybody
he's a good
loves
bad
Ganon.
guy. I had to put him on my list.
Right.
He's evil. He, I don't know why, but he wants to take Princess Zelda away. Well,
I don't
know why.
I don't think he necessarily does.
And, well, he wants to rule Hyrule.
He wants to rule Hyrule. Depending on the game, he wants to save Hyrule.
Yeah, but, you know, Ganon, alright, bad guy. He doesn't even say much. So, not much to say about him.
Oh, okay, so you ready for my number 4?
Let's hit it.
Okay. Coming in fast, riding a horse. Riding a horse, you know.
Is it Ganon?
Taking triangles from little kids.
Ganon.
We got Ganondorf from the Legend of Zelda franchise. Wow, what a bad guy. I also
Stealing
felt
from little kids, old people.
I also felt like it was a bit of a cop-out.
Oh, God.
But at the same point, he is like... Okay, if you go up to a random person on the street and you say, name a video game bad guy. Okay, after they say Bowser, which I think... I don't know if you included him on your list.
Hell no.
I didn't either. But after Bowser, odds are you're going to hear Ganondorf. Realistically.
Or, Dr. Robotnik.
Not
who I
happening.
also did not include.
I didn't include him either. My point is, very good bad guy. Not only does he want to take over Hyrule, he wants to have the power of the Triforce. I mean, who doesn't want to have power and courage and wisdom? I mean...
idiots, they don't.
And I think, for the most part, he's a good bad guy because he kind of just stays out of the way most of the time. I mean, you figure like in Ocarina of Time, you see him after you beat the first area. You see him after during the Forest Temple, I guess, before you become Adult Link, and then at the end of the game. It's really not that bad. I mean, some games, the bad guy kind of overtakes everything.
You just keep showing up and showing up and showing up.
But a lot of places iterate the fact that you can't even kill Ganondorf.
It's true.
He just always comes back, which brings up a good point. He probably doesn't even want to do what he's doing anymore. He was cursed.
Sick of it.
He was brought upon by a curse. Right? The curse of, I think it was Demise. Right? I know, great name. Skyward Sword. Am I right?
Never
But
played it.
it's not that good. Hope I don't get too much hate for saying that, but regardless, that's my number 4. I have nothing else to really say about him.
Alright, let me figure out which one of these I want my number 4, and it's gonna be Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts 2. Alright, Xemnas, he's a pretty cool bad guy, I guess, floats around, well, not really floats, he kinda like flies and glides everywhere.
Oh,
he doesn't even have to walk. He's got your like Super Saiyan Goku hair, but it's the color of Sephiroth's. Fights with lightsabers. What? Lightsabers. Shoots lasers all over the place. He's trying to consume all of the hearts. He just wants to take over everything in the Kingdom Hearts world.
I feel like we aren't taking this too seriously.
Sorry, I mean,
no, you're good. I'm appreciating it.
I'm trying my best, all things considered.
But you're telling me he's got spiky hair and lightsabers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like normally you only see one or the other. In this case, boom, he got both.
He got both.
But I don't know. He's a reincarnation of a good guy from Kingdom Hearts 1 who became evil because he doesn't have a heart. He's just a soulless body, and now he's trying to take all the hearts for himself, and he's trying to create one giant heart to like actually give him consciousness, and he's doing it through very evil methods, and you gotta stop him. I mean, I think it's a pretty evil thing. Like, those are other people's hearts. You're a bastard.
Are these people still alive?
Not anymore. I mean, yeah.
Oh, so he kills them to get the heart.
It's like the heartless, or like.
Well, no, I'm just wondering because I played Kingdom Hearts 1 for like maybe 2 hours.
So you have the hearts, are like hearts without, like souls without bodies.
Well, I'm wondering, like, say he was here. Okay, would he have to kill you to get your heart, or would he just find a dead body and take their heart?
I mean, he would probably kill me to take my heart.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty evil, pretty messed up.
And he's a dick. But that's all I really got about Xemnas.
Okay. Coming in fast, shooting guns, shooting innocent civilians.
Is this CJ?
No.
Oh.
It's Makarov from the Call of Duty franchise. I want to say the Modern Warfare games.
Oh.
Okay, this is a guy who wants to end the... I guess he doesn't really want to end the world. He wants to cause World War III. And you know the other people who wanted to cause a world war? Adolf Hitler.
That's true.
If Adolf Hitler was created in a video game, we would hate him so much. Well, we'd probably love him.
Other people who want to start World War III? Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump.
Oh, God. Why
now
gotta
we
be
can't
political?
put this video on YouTube. Just saying. He's up there with the ranks of, like, the baddest of bad.
Yeah, in a serious way. Okay, not only does he, he blows up part of the Middle East, man. With a nuke. You know how many nukes have been dropped on civilians?
A lot.
2.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And they were both done by America. Ooh. America.
Fuck yeah.
But regardless, I think, we mentioned on the top 5 awkward gaming moments, the moment where you're lighting up the airport.
Yeah.
That is part of his plan to start World War III.
He wants people to hate each other, more or less.
Yeah. It just, a bad guy, I think in terms of Call of Duty bad guys, he does stand out a bit. Like, legitimately, I could not tell you who the Black Ops bad guys were.
I can't remember half the other ones.
I mean, the World of War bad guys are obviously, Adolf Hitler, but...
Look, see? They're like, World of War, Hitler, boom, baddest of the bad. They're like, we gotta create someone as bad as Hitler. This guy, and we'll start World War III. Perfect.
Basically. But that's about all I have to say about him, so take it away with your number 2.
3?
3, yeah, my bad.
My number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Handsome Jack from Borderlands. Borderlands 2 to be more specific. Handsome Jack, he kind of wants to create like a utopian society where he's the ruler. There's these things called vaults that hold lots of treasure and guns and alien technology, and he wants them to himself.
What?
But there are vault hunters who are out to get these vaults, and he kills every single one of them, except in Borderlands 2, where you show up.
And you legit sound like you're gonna cry over this.
I'm sorry, I'm
Very, very bad guy, obviously.
super emotional thinking about everything he's done. But
I don't blame you.
he's a twisted dude. All right, see, look, there's five of you. You're on a train. You're trying to go to your destination, so you can like meet and try and hunt down this vault. It's his train. He blows the whole fucking thing up. He's like, "Oh, you're using my train to try and get to a vault? No, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. I gotta blow my own stuff up."
It sounds like Russia.
You find audio logs of this lady who's trying to do something for Handsome Jack, and she finishes the task that he wants her to do, and she's like, "Well, I'm here for my revenge." She's like, "Ha ha ha ha! Now you and your husband have something in common." He killed her husband, and she's like, "What's that?" He's like, "Now you're both dead." Boom! Shoots her. He laughs maniacally.
Oh man, that's the worst.
Twisted dude. A lot of facial reconstruction, so he's handsome. Hence the name.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was wondering about the name.
But Handsome Jack, crazy, good bad guy.
Yeah.
But that's all I got about him.
Okay.
Number 2.
For my number 2, we have that one per franchise rule, and yeah, I just had to throw that rule right out the window. Go with Donkey Kong Jr. I mean, best bad guy of all time. Am I right?
I give you some props on that one.
But in seriousness, I have my number 2 as Seymour Guado. I know people are going to hate because they're going to be like, why isn't it Sephiroth? Why isn't it... I don't know who the bad guys were from the other games.
Sephiroth is also kind of a cop-out.
Why isn't it Kefka? Because I didn't play those games that much. I get it. You guys like Sephiroth. That's cool. Yeah, Kefka probably is the obvious answer for best bad guy all the time. He was the bad guy from Final Fantasy VI. He was a clown.
Is that the one with the guy with the sword gun?
No, it was
No, that's
Cypher
not.
from Final Fantasy VIII.
Okay, irrelevance.
Completely irrelevant. Seymour Guado, the first time you see this guy, there's just something about him, and you just don't like him. But, you're just kind of like, well, he's a maester, which is the game's equivalent of, like, a leader. So you're kind of like, well, maybe I'm just overreacting. Yeah, you never know. But you end up learning some harsh things about this son of a bitch. I mean, not only... He has this really powerful Aeon Anima, which you end up finding out was his mother.
Isn't that like an unlockable thing?
Yes, you can get Anima.
Yeah.
But, she's this huge thing. She's in chains. She's like... But Seymour, he has a very unique look. Because, I guess he doesn't really in terms of Final Fantasy bad guys. But overall, if you're looking at all bad guys, very unique look. He does all sorts of evil things. Like, he wants to become Sin, which is the game's, main antagonist, I guess.
Yeah.
But he wants to do that so he has the power to destroy the world. I want to say there's something there about, restarting. I don't care. From the moment you see him to when you see Anima, when he proposes to Yuna, you're just like, what is this guy going to do? And it also leads to probably my favorite boss fight of all time. I want to say it's Seymour Flex. So I'm glad you know this. Best boss fight ever. There's 6 good dialogues. I also want to add that not only did is he a maester, he also killed one of the other maesters. Because the other maesters starting to feel remorse for what they're doing, propagating the spiral of death that is Spira. And he's just like, nope, not in my house.
Seymour Guado.
Seymour Guado. That was a great name.
That is a pretty great name. It's kind of fun to say. If you haven't said it yet, say it.
Seymour Guado.
Seymour Guado.
Death awaits you.
Does he say that?
Yeah.
Time only moves when I move. Wait. Wrong game.
Pitiful mortal, your hope ends here, and your meaningless existence with it. Yeah, he's really great bad guy, but you can go with your number 2 now.
Alright, my number 2, this is going to be a tough one. I guess I'm going to have to go with, GLaDOS from Portal. Because, I mean, GLaDOS, she's an artificial intelligence who is, like, self-learning, and, you know, most artificial intelligences are really boring, but GLaDOS, throughout the entire game, even though she's trying to kill you, even though she's trying to kill pretty much everyone, has some of the best witty banter with your character I've ever heard from, like, an artificial intelligence evil. Like, there's a part where she tricks you into thinking your parents are there for your birthday party, and you walk into a room and you can see, like, the silhouette of a cake and people, and when it turns on, it's like a fake cake, it falls over, and then it's just like cardboard cutouts of whiteness, and like confetti comes down, and she's like, oh wait, your parents are never coming back because they never loved you. I was just like, my God. And she, throughout,
That is so sad.
right? And throughout the whole game, she's just like, she mentioned something about you falling from like a great height. She's like, I'm surprised your stress reduction boots held up under your weight. I'm like, what the fuck? Your character isn't even big. She's like that. Pardon. But GLaDOS, I mean, I'll give it to her. For an artificial intelligence, she's great.
Generally, while I was looking for somebody to take my number 5 spot, a lot of people mentioned GLaDOS. Very surprising, because as somebody who played Portal, I legitimately have next to no memory of GLaDOS.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
God. I played Portal multiple times. I remember GLaDOS. Right in the heart.
Yeah. But I hear in Portal 2, she turns into a potato.
Yeah. Potatoes. It's a good one.
See, that's funny. I guess GLaDOS got her just desserts.
Is a potato a dessert?
Can be.
That's a good one. But that's all I gotta say about GLaDOS. Hit some honorable mentions.
Okay, I only got one honorable mention. I already told you guys, couldn't come up with a list. But I got Victor Van Leer from NBA 2K16.
Yeah, Vic, friend freak.
We just cannot stop talking about basketball during these videos.
No.
But man, you know, for a good guy, he is a real dick. Because, yo, he blackmails you.
Right?
He's like, yo, you wanted that coat. You know, it was your coat. You just shoved that kid down the steps. I'm like,
I made it
whoa.
go away for you.
You
Right.
ran away. I took the blame.
I can make it come back. And you're just
Oh
like,
my
what
God.
the fuck? Victor Van Leer.
Even in death,
I can agree with you on
he's
that.
like in a high-speed car chase.
Right?
I mean, it's
What
just
kind
crazy.
of good guy? Hell no, he's a bad guy.
Because I remember playing through the game, and as we were rounding out the end of the first season, I'm like, man, what are they going to do to get rid of this guy? I mean, he's got blackmail dirt on you. If you kick him to the side, you know, he going to expose you. What are we going to do? I legitimately felt bad for Freak.
I think the coach hired some people to be in the same place as Vic and cause some trouble.
You know what we should do? We should have a 5-spot, top 5 gaming conspiracies. Oh, because
That's
I
gonna
would
be hard. We'd
love
have to-
for us to talk about that for like 10 minutes.
We'd actually have to sit down and like get
Well, we don't
into it.
necessarily have to be our ideas, but just ideas in general. But continue.
All right. Well,
You have an honorable mention?
I guess I got 16 honorable mentions. Every single boss from Shadow of the Colossus. Although they aren't technically bad guys, they're demons. And you know, no, you know what? Screw it. Not the Colossus.
Right, the guy who makes you do all that.
Wander?
No, the guy who tells you
Oh.
to do all that. And
No
he's
one
like,
told
oh,
you to do all that.
I thought there was.
I'm
and
going
he's
with-
like, oh, I'll get your wife and kids back.
It's just something you knew. But I'm going with the guy who shows up at the end after you kill all the Colossus and kills Wander. They never gave him a name. But he shows up. He's like, there's someone up in this place. We gotta stop this. He rolls up in there, him and like 4 other dudes. And they're like, he already killed them all. Kill him. They light you up with arrows and stuff. They're coming at you with swords. You die.
Geez.
And you turn into a demon. And you make them pay. But, you know, they were assholes. Like, the deed was already done. What's the worst that could happen? And plus, like, if you're gonna be stuck there as a demon, you're stuck there as a demon. There's no way you're getting out of that place anyway. True. If the 16th Colossus, who was taller than a skyscraper, couldn't get out, you're not going anywhere.
So my number 1 is without a doubt the best bad guy in gaming. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're probably sitting there thinking, well, who could it be? I mean, you already mentioned Seymour Guado. You said Bowser wasn't going to be on your list. You said Ganondorf already. You're running out of people to go with. And that's because the answer is obvious. He's right in front of your face.
CJ.
He's right in front of your face. He's smacking you with a pistol. Okay? He is locking your brother up in jail. I'm talking about Officer Tenpenny from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What a bad guy. Let me just say.
I don't know.
Okay,
you bad guy?
You run into him right away, okay? And he basically insinuates that you killed this cop, right? But you couldn't have killed the cop. You want to know who killed the cop?
Your brother.
No, he did.
Oh.
Well, he didn't actually do it. I think he made one of the other police officers in this group do it, right? Then the other officer starts, being an issue, kills him. He's like, oh, you're on to me, because the other officer was actually a undercover agent.
I missed so much of this game.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you would realize. Basically, every time you work for Tenpenny, like most of the time, really, you're basically helping him get off in the court case from what he's actually done. There are missions where you're loading a DA's car full of weed, calling the police saying, I found all this weed going on here. I don't know what happened, right? Because Tenpenny's like, well, this guy could get me put in jail.
Man, Tenpenny's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, he's blackmailing you, basically saying, if you don't do what I want, your brother is going to rot in jail for the rest of his life.
That's fucked up.
He even makes a mention about, I don't know if he says he did your sister, or if he just wanted to. I don't remember that much, but then you even get to the end of the game, right? And the third to last mission, it's not really a mission, it's more of a cutscene, and then you can start a new mission. But when his court case goes live, right, they end up acquitting him. They're like, well, there isn't enough evidence. Of course there's not enough evidence. You've been destroying it all the entire game.
Yeah, cover it up for him.
That caused a huge riot. You know what that is? It's the Rodney King riots.
No shit. Well.
Exactly.
Man, this game was a whole lot deeper than I ever thought it was.
And if you think about it, okay, this is an issue that is still going on today. This game, released 12 years ago, is still relevant in modern culture.
Getting all political.
I know, I'm sorry. I got mad at you for getting political earlier.
It happens.
But
see,
best bad guy. His goal isn't so much to take over the world. He just wants to be a corrupt cop.
I give it to you.
The biggest hero can be within us. The biggest villain can be within us, too.
He's a pretty good bad guy.
But is your number 1 better?
I think my number 1's a little better.
I don't think so.
Alright, so you heard me talk about this game before. You're going to hear it again. Because it has one of the best quality bad guys I've ever seen. Going with Victor Bronco from Max Payne 3. Alright, Victor Bronco. He's a politician. He wants to run Brazil, right? So, in order for him to get sympathy votes, he hires an ex-cop who's now a private bodyguard,
Oh.
to help protect his family, giving you another chance to oh, look at that, he's helping support the local authority.
Down and out law enforcement.
Yeah. He's set up a plan to kill off his entire family. He pays people to kidnap his wife. He pays people to kidnap his son. Pays people to kidnap his brother. No, he pays people to straight up kill his brother. Right? The guy that you think is your friend, Raul Passos, the whole game, he's in on it too. He was paid off. There's a whole ring of him making money through harvesting human organs. Right?
Jeez.
And
You should have just started with that.
you gotta build up to it.
I know.
And then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna pay these people to blow up my own building. To try and kill Max Payne because he's gonna figure out what's going on. Plus his dead brother's body's in there. The dude is insane. He's like, I want it so bad. I need to just kill my family and everyone involved. He even knew that Max Payne was going to kill off most of the people he sent after him. That's why he sent them. So there were less loose ends. So when it came down to it, there were maybe 3 people who knew what was going on.
Sounds like an evil mastermind.
Victor Bronco. Fucking evil. Savage. Like, how are you going to kill your own wife? Twisted.
Don't love her?
Kill her, though? Yeah, but you know what? I guess
It's a video game.
it's not my business.
Yeah. I mean, to each their own. Am I right?
Gabrielle.
Okay, I think that pretty much finishes us out. And I want to congratulate us for having a list of bad guys that didn't include Sephiroth or Kefka or Jija, that Voss guy from Far Cry.
Or Ganondorf is our number 1.
Or Bowser.
Yeah.
I mean, we worked really hard to come up with some different ideas.
I tried. And I didn't even go with like Gears of War or anyone from Uncharted.
And
I'm trying to think outside the box.
yeah, there's nobody from Pokemon for me. Boom. That's a real victory. But I guess if you guys have some better ideas, then throw them in the comments section.
Right?
We'll read them, we'll respond to them. You guys probably won't comment, because that's what you guys do.
Think there were bad guys badder than our bad? Tell us. We'll look into it. Or, you know what? Even explain why you think they're badder than our bad.
That's a good idea.
And, hell, if we ever wind up doing another one, I mean, I doubt we'll overlap, but we'll still read it.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to do this video again later on.
In, like, 2 years.
Oh, a year. That's the YouTube benchmark.
A year?
Yes.
A year.
By then, we'll have 50 subscribers.
Hopefully 50,000.
You're dreaming big.
Look, you gotta dream big, because the real world is just so small.
Okay, I guess I'll give you credit for that. You're trying. I mean, if the world's so small, and how does PewDiePie have so many subscribers?
God only knows.
Actually, I changed my number 1 answer. It's PewDiePie. It's all PewDiePie.
You know what? Yeah, everyone else, our number 1's honorable mentions. Number 1 for both of us, unanimously PewDiePie.
Number 2, Markiplier.
Whoa, hey, hold on.
Why? You don't like that answer?
Markiplier's a good guy.
Number 3, T. Martin. Number 4, Syndicate.
Number 5, Wade.
I don't know who Wade is.
Just kidding. Wade's alright. But that's it for us.
Yeah, so give them that banging outro.
Later, guys.